Hey everyone! Today we're diving into the exciting world of horses in India. India, a land of colourful festivals and really old traditions, has a strong bond with these amazing animals. For thousands of years, horses have been a big part of India's story, from battles to farms, from old stories to everyday life. They've shaped India's journey in a big way. We're going to learn about how horses came to India, how important they were in ancient books like the Rigveda, and how special Indian horse breeds developed. Get ready for an adventure as we explore the impact of horses on India's wars, culture, and daily life. So how did horses even get to India? Well, believe it or not, they weren't always here. Horses actually came from other places, mainly Central Asia and the Middle East. Imagine a time when there were no horses in India at all. They traveled along ancient roads like the Silk Road, which were like highways for trading stuff. People realized how strong and fast horses were, so they started bringing them to India. Slowly, horses became a common sight. They changed everything. Battles were fought differently, people could travel faster, and it was easier to trade things. Around 3,000 years ago, a group of people called the Indo-Aryans arrived in India from Central Asia. They absolutely loved horses. They weren't just animals to them, they were like buddies, symbols of importance, and super important for fighting wars. The Indo-Aryans were experts at using chariots pulled by horses in battles. Imagine how fast and strong those chariots must have been, especially with archers shooting arrows from them. Horses helped the Indo-Aryans become very powerful in ancient India. These horses were so special that they became part of the Indo-Aryans' religion. They believed horses were sacred animals, connected to their gods and goddesses. You can even find stories about horses in their ancient books and myths. Have you heard of the Rigveda? It's like a really old book full of ancient Indian wisdom. It tells us that horses were super important to people back then. The Rigveda has special poems all about horses, talking about how fast, strong and beautiful they are. Imagine horses flying through the sky with the gods. The Rigveda even talks about special ceremonies and sacrifices involving horses, showing how sacred they were. One such ceremony was called the Ashvamedha Yajna. Kings would perform this grand horse sacrifice to show their power and ask for blessings from the gods. The Rigveda also describes exciting chariot races and battles, with horses pulling chariots swiftly across the battlefield. Horses were super important in wars, but they were also amazing helpers in everyday life. People used them for transportation, farming, and even sports. They were like the all-in-one helpers of ancient India. Before cars and buses, horses were the best way to travel long distances. Traders used them to carry goods across India, and regular people used them for their journeys. Then came horse-drawn carriages, making travel even more comfortable, like ancient taxis. Farmers loved horses too. They were super strong and could work for long hours, helping to plough fields and separate grains. Horses were so helpful that farmers treated them like their most prized possessions.